goes, I'm going to, okay, shit, I was going to tell you something that would give it away.
Man. Come on, stop.
He goes,
my heart hurts.
it's that girl, he goes, fuck's it.
Oh, Austin Powers.
No.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World,
Yes,
dude.
yes.
He goes,
My hands are clammy.
he
Sorry.
goes, he goes, what'd she say? She's like, I'm going to be frank with you. He goes, oh, okay, can I still be Garth?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love
Greatest movie ever. I'm going to watch them tonight.
it. Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna watch? Let's watch them right after this.
We can.
Wayne's World?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wayne's World. Wayne's World. We legit are Wayne and Garth, bro. Holy shit. We're like...
Trying to do it.
You know, like, if you think about, like, our friendship, we try to, like, really personify ourselves with those duos a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Cheech and Chong.
Well, do you remember the first one?
No.
It had to have been.
It's going to make me really happy, though, and I'm getting
Oh, it
excited.
definitely. I think it definitely is. I don't remember the names, but Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, yeah.
I remember their names in real
Steve
life.
and Doug Butabi.
Yeah.
You guys are brothers? No.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that gift forever. I fucking love that movie, too. Not very many people can appreciate that.
I fucking love that movie.
That's a top 5 Will Ferrell movie for me.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And people don't say it.
No.
Like, fuck you. I love
It's
Will
probably
Ferrell.
Chris Kattan's best movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think
can't
for
even
sure.
name... What is he in that other Monkey Bone movie?
No, you're thinking of
Bones.
he's like a veterinarian.
Oh, yeah.
I forget the movie.
Freaking... I can see the name. Kirkham Norman? Something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, dude, I can see it. I'm just like speaking
Fucking
gibberish.
Mork and Mindy.
No. Chris Kattan filmography. Corky Romano.
Corky Romano.
Yes,
that's
thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a veterinarian.
I
Name
was-
some more. Go ahead. Because I don't know. I honestly haven't been,
Dude, this
been trying
is
to
like
think.
Monkey Bone. He was in Monkey Bone, Brendan Fraser.
Okay, I only remember Brendan Fraser.
Undercover Brother. Oh, he was in Hotel Transylvania. Freaking Adam Sandler brought him back. Freaking OG Boys. That's cool.
OG Boys.
That's cool, bro. Ridiculous Six.
The Way Back Boys.
Bro, he's had some work, man. Shout out freaking Chris Kattan, man.
You know what movie
That's
Keisha
awesome.
and I watched last night?
What?
Her for the first time, me for in like a long time.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to appreciate all my SNL folks, like with movies this week.
There you go.
I'm watching a fuck ton of Farley movies. I'm watching Sandler,
Mm-hmm.
Farrell, Eddie Murphy. That's going to make me feel really good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's going to make me feel so good.
You could even go a little older back.
Oh, Belushi, Blues
Yep.
Brothers.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Animal House.
Dude, that's the golden age.
Ghostbusters, bro. Oh my
Dude,
God, bro.
Exactly.
Bill Murray.
Exactly. Caddyshack.
Oh my God, you're bringing your
Caddyshack 1 and
dad.
2.
You're very much influenced by your dad.
yeah.
And that's like I'm very was like my dad gave me all of his collection. I wasn't like your dad kind of showed you things. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's what sucks. I was kind of like given them, you know, like here's what we have. We have a fuck ton of movies.
Do you think?
Yeah, and I like really was drawn to that because I very much was like a comedic person. I loved being funny.
Yeah.
I thought Farley was fucking just the happiest person ever, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like drawn to that, man.
But in reality.
No, yeah, the reality of it is like he's a really sad person and he's addicted to cocaine.
Very
and
much so.
That's the reality of it, but it's like you have to appreciate the art. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And
Dude,
that's what,
Tommy Boy.
like, it makes me happy to watch those things because it's like
We can't talk about Tommy Boy every episode.
we do talk about
I
Tommy
know.
Boy every episode.
Fuck it.
D plus. I graduated. Yeah, that's my favorite line.
Oh,
I got
shit.
it. The neck roll.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, he's just so happy.
you can see it on him.
Just pure jolliness. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I wish I would be probably overwhelmed if I met Farley in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Is that your
Like right now.
go back in time?
Oh,
kind of
easy.
thing?
Yeah. If I could sit down and have a beer with somebody
Oh, dude.
back in time, Chris Farley. 100%.
That'd be a fun beer.
How many stories, bro?
Yeah. Or just...
How many people partied? He was like, you want to party? Go party with Farley. You know what I'm saying?
you
At
just
that
see.
time.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody wanted to be around that person at that time.
That's a dope one.
Like, that would be my person for sure. Just that, because that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have FOMO so bad, bro. It's like, you didn't invite me? Fuck you. It could have been so much more fun, but it's not because you didn't invite me.
Yeah, losers.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not here.
You're lost. You'll know. You'll find out. Have fun at your shitty night.
Yeah, exactly. That's my life, bro. Because I was held back like that as a kid, though. You know, my dad didn't let me go out places because I lived in fucking BFE.
Yeah.
You know how fucking shitty of a drive that is as a person.
As a person.
You know, as an adult now, it's like, fuck, bro. You live 45 minutes out in the middle of nowhere. No wonder no friends come over.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
The realistic side of it, but it's like, shit, man. All I had was fucking movies and video games and that shit, you know? Because I was out in the middle of fucking nowhere when I was with my dad.
Yeah, country living can get weird. That's like
And that's why you and I vibe, bro. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, we very much had that experience. But I
I'm
also
going
have
outside,
that.
I guess.
I kind of got both sides of it too, because like I come from a separated family. My mom was out in the city,
Yeah.
so I had that like hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's weird
yeah.
to think about it now. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up playing basketball on the fucking the blacktop with the boys. Like that's. I went to Boys and Girls Club. You know.
What's that?
Exactly.
Like a camp? Like a club?
Yeah, it
Hang
was
out
like
after
a
school?
day. It was like a day camp. It's like your parents don't have anybody to watch you, so they drop you off at fucking Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
and they pay the fucking people there $20 a day. You bring your own lunch. There's a fucking basketball court, and
What'd
there's
you eat for
adults
lunch?
there, bro.
Snack pack?
No.
No
Oatmeal
mayo?
cream pies, bro.
That's it?
That was the go-to. Yeah, oatmeal cream pies and fucking
That was
Capri
lunch?
Suns. Yeah,
Well, lunch was always the biggest meal. Well, dinner was always big. I don't know.
dinner was always the
They
big
were
meal
all
for
big,
me
I guess.
as a kid. Lunch was always just like, I'll
I got
eat.
fed.
It's like I need to fuel up, you know.
Yeah.
Give me a Sunny D, bitch. I'm out. You know, that's
A
probably why I
Sunny
was
D.
such a fucking scrawny fucking kid.
Yeah.
You know, no, eat a fucking sandwich, dude.
Oh, yeah. I was
Honestly.
a scrawny kid, too.
I know, but I mean, looking back,
Yeah.
like just running into the fridge, I was fucking eating string cheese and.
Oh, yeah. If
Yeah.
it was there, I mean, if it's there, it's.
But I mean,
being
if you
eaten.
think about it, like you should be as a kid, like you should be going in there and fucking grabbing a fucking handful of turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Turkey?
I'm just saying, like,
Veggie? Like carrots?
yeah, like because
Okay.
you're growing as a human.
Yeah.
Like we go
You
in
need
there,
good stuff.
exactly. Like I don't know. I'm just thinking
Definitely not sugar.
poetically.
Sugar?
Yeah, it's probably a big
Sugar
reason
or
why we have
sugar?
a fucking addiction to this shit.
I'm not
you know?
addicted.
I'm addicted to sugar.
I'm not addicted.
I want a Mountain Dew right now.
I was thinking about making brownies. Have been this whole time.
100% exactly the point that I'm trying to make right now. I was actually subconsciously already thinking about sugar.
You said you said something, and I was like, you said
Yeah.
something. Well, I forget when I started. You said something about. I think it was oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, that was my lunch at Boys and Girls Club.
Star Crunch kick ass. Star Crunch
That's
is
a late
go-to, dude.
appreciation for me as an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took advantage of those as a kid.
Do you
'cause
know
they
what
were
ones
so
I don't
few.
like? And I don't know if it's a popular opinion or not, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
What's up?
Those cosmic brownies.
Oh, the ones with the different colored freaking
Do you want to
chocolate
say
chips on
beads?
them.
Yeah, I want to say beads, but they're not
Yeah,
beads.
yeah, they don't look edible at all. They look like something from a Lisa
they are,
Frank
though.
bead like collection. You remember Lisa Frank back in the 90s?
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
all that leopard velvet shit.
Yep.
My cousins collected it. I knew what it was because of them. They literally they had like notebooks of it.
Lisa Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 90s thing. I
I
don't
think
know.
notebooks are a 90s thing too.
Like collector notebooks and folders.
Folders.
Yeah, do they do that still for school supplies?
Do they fucking have books? I don't know.
Yeah, weird thought.
Weird thought.
Whoa.
Weird shower thought. That
Whoa.
I'm not in the shower. Am I having shower thoughts in the living room? What?
Out loud?
What is happening?
With my friends? Wait, we're not taking a shower together, are we?
Not again.
That's funny. That's like a Rick and Morty skit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wait a second. And then you like, and then it's like back to reality. It's like, yeah. It's like, wait, we're not showering together, are we?
Hold on a second.
I'm really comfortable. I think I peed. It's like
very
you
warm.
got really too comfortable in the conversation. You just fucking soiled yourself. It's like, oh man, whoops.
Shit.
We should fucking write a TV show.
What? What are you gonna call it?
I'm on some Rick and Morty vibes right now. It's good. What would we call it? The Adventures of. No, that's kind of cliche.
I was digging it though.
No, I don't want to be cliche. That's
very cliche. You're right.
Yeah, we're against the grain, bro. Fuck that, rebels. We are the. Oh God, use your brain, you fucking idiot.
Dog food rebellion.
No, we are. Think mightier than that, Dylan. What is this? What is our TV show?
Rebellion.
It is no. You're being facetious. Think mightier than that.
Then the pin.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking. Giving you Viking. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord of the Rings. You know, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Star Wars. You know, we gotta have something epic.
Okay, yeah.
For our TV show, Rick and Morty. You know, Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be like couch something.
Couch something.
I don't know. That doesn't vibe with me. We gotta be epic, bro. We're epic people. I don't know. I'm not being.
No, we are. I got you.
I'm being judgmental.
No. Not to me. I don't
You just
think.
want to sit on the couch, and I know that.
No, I'm just looking around and trying to think.
Couch.
I love lamb. You know.
Couch something.
Couch dog food.
Couch something.
Windshield washer.
That could be a name of a
flower
character.
pot.
How about we name a character Couch something?
Couch canoe.
Couch something.
Couch something.
Yeah, because I'm too lazy to come up with a last name. What's your name?
Oh, I don't
Couch
know.
something.
Why don't I just have not a last name?
Why not just have a last name? Well, I'm too lazy, so.
You know what they put on official documents if you don't have a middle name?
Doe?
Doe?
I don't know.
How do
Isn't
you
that for a
spell
dead
it?
person?
No, that's for
John Doe?
an unidentified
Yeah. Dead person.
person. Anyone.
Oh, they can be alive or
anyone,
dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Where were we at before? Sorry.
Before,
back it up.
before when?
I don't know. We kind of trailed off.
It happens.
Oh, we were talking about the
Just let it
theme
flow,
of
man.
our TV show.
Oh, theme?
Yes, the name
Theme
of
of
the
the
TV
name.
the name.
We can do name. Name.
Theme. It could be, it's also a creative theme, you know. It has to be thematic around the name of the show.
Thematic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word.
It is.
Okay.
Look it up. In a book.
In a book. What movie is that?
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
WHITE. Fucking White Goodman.
White Goodman.
Yeah, bro.
That's a movie I haven't seen.
I'm a
I
weird
need to see.
vocabulary of.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I need to see it again.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I haven't seen it a lot though.
Um,
I love movies like that I've seen a lot, but haven't seen in like 2 years.
yeah. And then you get a new appreciation for them. All over again.
It's like it's a good movie, but you figure out why you fell in love with it.
Yeah, like Wedding Crashers for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't watch that movie enough.
For me, it's Inglourious Bastards.
Oh my god.
I always forget how fucking great that movie. How seriously great that movie is, dude.
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. One movie I watched last night.
Tarantino. There's another
You know what movie I watched last night?
If this what?
Hateful Eight.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
That's the
They're
one
stuck
when
in the cabin.
Yep.
Minnie's,
Channing Tatum.
Minnie's haberdashery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haberdashery. I love that.
I do. It's so
I
good.
love this haberdashery.
Haberdashery.
Yeah, like it's a brothel.
Oh, well,
Like,
my.
I do declare.
I do declare that I never.
Well, it's just like smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's just like It just gives you that feeling of like
Everything's gonna be okay.
soothing. Yeah. In a weird time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
It's
a
like
light
you
in my
kinda-
dark tunnel right
You kind
now.
of have to have that. Ooh.
Ooh.
You know, it's like.
It's like the kind of like a devil character.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like he's
It's like you're
trying
doing
to,
something wrong.
Mhm.
Get away with it. You know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Why
You
I
got me.
never.
Will I never. Like it's you sly dog.
You slide dog. You.
Yeah.
Oh, they got
you
a
really
lot
have,
of
and now we're both having our fucking hands on our hips. Yeah, it's like, goddamn, bro. We're like back in the fucking 1920s.
We're fucking chameleons, dude. Fit in anywhere.
Timeless fucking souls, bro. 100%. Timeless souls.
That's so funny.
And if you, that's what's so cool about it, though. Is like, if you're cool with who you are, it's like, have you ever been gone? You know what I'm saying?
Have I ever been gone?
Exactly. Have you ever been gone?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Has your soul ever been gone? Because you can appreciate those things.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you can put yourself back in time. So has your soul ever been dead, really? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It's like,
Okay.
I know, I feel the
So
pain.
it's like, why are you scared of spiders? You know? I'm not saying you. I'm saying some people.
Yeah.
Why are they... Some people say spiders and they fucking, lose everything.
That's more of like an outside conditionary thing. Like we're drawn.
Yeah, but why? You know what I'm saying? Maybe somewhere your soul remembers being killed by a giant fucking spider.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Your brain is telling
Same
you
with
naturally.
snakes too, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Why do snakes suck?
Exactly.
Just instinctively.
Why are we? But some creatures,
They're just broken.
Some people are drawn to them. And
they're broken.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Yeah, I think they're broken.
You don't get it.
They got a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
It's probably because snakes were a bad thing when we were living in trees.
Or that person has, you know what I'm saying? That person has a relation to snakes in a past life with their soul.
Totally.
You know? And that's why they're drawn to it.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And you being drawn to the negative things are going to give you negative effects. What?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, bro. It's like, if you keep fucking playing this game with your soul, you're just going to keep losing the fucking game over and over again, bitch.
Yeah, we need to figure it out.
You got to fucking get to the top eventually. And it's a matter of you fucking playing the game. And figuring it out. So maybe we do get to continue over and over again, you know?
We just figured it out.
It's like, boom. You know?
Boom. You just...
Yeah, it's like a fucking video game. You know? It's like, I got all my ammo.
What's happening? New game
All
plus
the bullet holes are
coming
gone. This is great. It's not like that. It's like you completely have to reset. You don't have anything to go off of.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Pine trees are pine trees.
But if you get it, you know what I'm saying? But if you get that fucking...
Huh?
Okay, I'm accepting of who I am.
Okay.
I know it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gonna do what is, driving me to become better every day. What fucking gives me good vibrations in my life. You know?
Beach Boys.
You're stoned, and I love it. But it's like we were talking about music. You and me making music creates good vibrations in our lives.
Yeah.
Some people fucking just sitting in the couch fucking petting animals. That's their vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's what they feel good about. And they need to go fucking save animals for their job. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
your job.
Exactly. Go do what brings the shit that makes you happy.
Yeah.
All the time.
Every day.
Yeah.
Take some days off. Maybe
yeah,
Sundays.
and enjoy the shit that other people are doing.
In your field.
Not even that. If you want to disconnect, be like, fuck this. I want to know what fucking Dylan and Johnny are doing in their epic fucking adventure of epicness. You know? Like you and I's TV show.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people should do that shit. I don't know. I'm just thinking on a different perspective.
You're Ed Sheeran right now.
Huh?
You're just Ed Sheeraning right now.
I'm crying.
You know what I mean by
No,
that?
I'm just sniffly.
You're thinking out loud, bro.
Oh, wow. Good reference.
Yeah.
We're at 55 minutes right now.
Okay.
I'm just vibing.
Same.
This could be a 2-hour podcast.
We can part 1 and part 2 it if you want.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just keep rolling, bro.
Okay.
I'm loving the conversation. We're like National Public Radio hosts.
And, dude, I love NPR.
I know you do. You want to be an NPR personality?
No.
No. No, I want to be different too.
I think those people are real knowledgeable.
They are, but we're different than them.
Different. Different's good.
Oh,
Different
that's another 2 Chainz song. Whoa, bringing it back. I'm different, yet I'm different. Wait, is that the same song?
I don't know.
Was it the same song?
I don't know.
It might have been the same song.
I don't even remember.
But it was an hour ago, and we were talking about 2 Chainz an hour ago, which is cool. I'm different. Cool. That's a 2 Chainz song.
That's what you call a full circle.
Yep. Full circle.
Kill it. Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Fucking compress it. Make it a fucking... wait, are you actually telling me to cut it?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait. Is this part 1? Is it over? Because that could definitely be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just mentally... Whoa.
This could be it.
You just subconsciously
Can we kill it? Can I smoke again? Can I get a little... Can I get a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to thank our sponsors once again. Also thank RTF Sports Network. We are super appreciative to be able to have them on our repertoire. You know, we're is that the word?
That is a word.
It's not the word though.
Maybe.
I'm trying to sound smart, man.
Like lately, or just right now? Because I think you sound someone of high IQ.
Yeah, but
see how I did that instead of saying smart?
Yeah, somewhat of high IQ.
Someone of high IQ.
See, I'm like being nitpicky.
You're picking nits, dude.
Picking nits, bro. I thought you said somewhat. Like I'm kind of smart. You know?
I do know.
Oh, man.
Makes sense. Senses.
Senseness?
I don't know, dude. This tea's getting to me.
Thank you, RTF Sports Network.
Thank you.
And thank you, New View.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For being staying open.
Yeah, for staying open, for being our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Just overall appreciation for New View and RTF Sports Network. Catch us, the Years of the Dog, weekly, Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. to 9.
Yeah.
That entire thing.
Make it.
Fuck.
The socially distanced NFL Draft is finally here, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. Wondering who will be the first, second, and third draft pick? Do you know if more offensive or defensive players will be taken in the first round? Have a hunch on how many trades will take place in the first round?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You're rocking with the heavyweight champs of sports talk.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Brandon Way and Brandon Rudolph.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
Tune in to Opinionated Facts, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on the RTF Sports Network. And we're back again every Sunday at 12 noon on Facebook Live.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Only on the Opinionated Facts Facebook page, presented by TCP Network.
The snow is melting and it's starting to warm.
Is this for the new commercial?
This is the new commercial. We're recording. Why is it you always cut me off?
Guys, calm down. Let's just start it over.
It's too late. We have to start our show, which is Twist, the weekend sports talk, where you can hear banter like this with sports and interviews. Hear us on the RTF Sports Network, Mondays at 8 Eastern. Also, like our page on RTF Sports Network and check us out at rtfsportsnetwork.com.
Looking for the first only girls show right here on the rtfsportsnetwork.com radio network? Stay tuned for sports talk mostly.
The socially distanced NFL Draft is finally here, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. Wondering who will be the first, second, and third draft pick? Do you know if more offensive or defensive players will be taken in the first round? Have a hunch on how many trades will take place in the first round? Maybe you're into oddities like how many draftees' dogs will be shown during first round coverage. Before the draft goes live, head over to betonline.net for the latest props, lines, and odds. Bring the draft home with betonline.net.
Welcome to the 2020 FBAS Mock Draft. You're either streaming this podcast or you're listening to it on the RTF Sports Network. Either way, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Wayne G, and I'm joined as always by Jesse B and Dan Sullivan. What's up, gentlemen?
Hello.
Hey, how we doing, folks?
Now, you aren't just getting the three of us tonight. You're actually going to be joined by 5 members of the FBAS community making their picks as well. We might even have some insight from a Fox football sports analyst and former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver.
What?
Yeah, we're really excited. This should be fun.
We've got 32 teams, trades galore, and it all starts in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit well to center field. Deion Sanders going back to the wall, and it is gone. Bo Jackson homers.
It's over, and the Cubs have finally won it all. Sean Taylor will glide to the end zone. Let's go! Off the face off the Capitals have won it.
81-point game, 55 in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
Everybody and their cousin does a mock draft this time of year, but I promise you nobody is doing it like this. FBAS Podcast is the only one coming to you live from the 2020 mock draft. How's everybody feeling tonight? Social distancing, COVID-19. Jesse, how do we pull this off?
Through technology, through the togetherness and tight-knit community that FBAS is. It was a very fun time that we had discussing picks, trading picks, and arguing picks. It was very fun. So, I'm very excited to tell all the fans about all the fun that we did have.
All right, now before the Bengals take the podium for the first pick tonight, I did want to introduce you guys to 5 general managers that will be representing their teams. That is Raymond John Fabris has the Redskins and the Falcons tonight. Gary Beardmore has the Broncos and the Saints. Ryan Leaf takes the Raiders. Brandon Combs has the Vikings. We're going to have a lot about his picks. And FBAS newcomer Jake Druin has the Cardinals and the Ravens. Now, before we get into those drafts, we did have some pre-draft trades, and I was curious if Dan wanted to go over some of those.
Yeah, speaking of Jake Druin and those Cardinals, they kind of hit the ground running. Now, to start, I will say Jacksonville made a pre-draft trade where they traded Yannick Ngakoue and sent him to the New York Football Giants for their second rounder, number 36 overall. Now, Yannick Ngakoue has come out and said he doesn't want to be in Jacksonville. He's not going to play out that contract. Jacksonville needs to get some value out of him. The Giants need a pass rusher, and at 36, they're not going to find one as talented as Yannick Ngakoue, so it makes a ton of sense.
Now, Yannick Ngakoue, 36, is 4 picks out of the first round. It's essentially a first-round pick. Do you think the Giants gave up too much, or do you think that that's a fair value for him?
I actually think it's spot-on value for him. He's still a young guy. He's still only 26 years old. He's very productive. He's had over 30 sacks in the last 3 years on 28. So he's an extremely productive guy, and I think it goes right in market value. Other pass rushers have gone for second-round picks, and they kind of had some off-field concerns. He doesn't really have those. So I think it's pretty fair value.
Yeah, Jacksonville definitely made a splash. They knew they needed to get value for Yannick, who had really tweeted the fact that he was done playing down there. He thanked the fans, but he was really hoping for a new destination to play for, and I think that both teams won with this deal, and we'll find out just how Jacksonville won with it.
Speaking of Jacksonville winning the trades, Jacksonville was able to turn that 36 pick, and having that, they were able to use other value they had to move up in the draft. So they picked from pick number 20, and they move all the way to pick number 8 with Arizona. And involving Arizona sends round 1, pick 8, and round 4, pick number 131, which they acquired from Houston. They send that to Jacksonville. Jacksonville sends their first rounder, pick 20, their second rounder this year, pick 42, and then next year's second round pick. So Jacksonville clearly wants to make a splash. They clearly have 2 guys, or maybe even one, that they're very interested in that top 10. And I think getting that 36th pick allows them to move up and kind of not feel bad, because then they still have a second rounder. As their GM, what were your takes, Jesse?
Yeah, Jacksonville definitely wanted to make a splash or two, and having 2 picks in the top 10 allows them that now. I think we'll see that they had a bevy of options. It was a really fun opportunity to take a team with so many holes and be able to do some pre-draft trades that I feel helped both teams along the way, but really helped Jacksonville make some awesome selections here in the 2020 FBAS mock.
And in the last pre-draft trade, Washington and Miami went ahead and made a deal, and Trent Williams finally got out of that situation in Washington, and they sent him to Miami for pick number 56. I think it's a great trade from both sides. It really made a ton of sense. Miami needs that force, that franchise guy along the offensive line, and the Redskins really needed to get away from that situation. So I think it's a perfect deal for both teams.
Dan, I really feel that Miami made a really great trade here, and I think that one of us 3 definitely brought it up a couple episodes ago, this exact trade potentially happening, because Brian Flores would really need that veteran presence in the locker room, and so I feel like this trade really helped them both out.
I know Cleveland was interested in Trent Williams, but I did not want to part as the GM of the Browns with the 41st overall pick, so I said, to hell with it, I'll probably find a guy in the draft, and we'll see if I do or not. All right, so without further ado, let's head over to the podium as the Bengals pick is in. With the first pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, Louisiana State University. So there we have it. Joe Burrow is the first overall pick. I don't think much of a surprise there for you guys.
Absolutely not. No, he seemed to be the surefire number 1 pick for a long time, and it would have been a disappointment if he wasn't the first pick. After winning, the Heisman and the national championship, this guy was destined to be the number 1 overall pick in this draft.
Yeah, no shock there. And thankfully, Cincinnati didn't screw it up, and they went ahead and took the player they should take. Joe Burrow's had arguably the greatest college football season of all time, and he's earned a number 1 pick. He's a great player, and Cincinnati should be very, very thankful.
I think Cincinnati fans and former Cincinnati players alike are going to really enjoy this pick. I actually have Fox football analyst and former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver TJ Houshmandzadeh. He's been bugging us to come on the show for a little while. Hoosh, what do you think about Joe Burrow being pick number 1?
Wayne, Jesse, and Dan. It's pretty exciting, man, to be on the FBAS podcast for this event. The Bengals are going to draft Joe Burrow. This is the right pick. I work with Joe. His confidence, his maturity, his field vision is what's going to separate him. The Bengals are building for the future, and Joe is going to be that foundational piece for the future. But like I said, I've worked with Joe, got a lot of time to work with him in this draft process. And like I said, his field vision, his ability to throw receivers open is what is going to get the Bengals on the first step to get back to respectability in the league with the guys they have, the guys they picked up in free agency. It's looking good for the Bengals. The future is bright, man. You guys enjoy and take care.
All right, thanks, TJ Houshmandzadeh. Great insight from him. He has worked with Joe Burrow. And I guess it's time for the second pick. It looks like the pick is in. The commissioner is walking to the podium. Let's see who the Washington Redskins select at 2.
With the second pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young, defensive end from The Ohio State University.
And again, no surprise there. Washington comes away with Chase Young. Again, a cut-and-dry pick, I think. 1 and 2 are pretty locked in stone. Washington comes out of here with Chase Young, a dominant pass rusher. One of the most dominant prospects I've graded in a really long time. He just does everything well. His hands, his technique, his speed, his transition from speed to power. He has secondary moves. He really does everything well. It's a really, really fantastic pick here. What do you think, Jesse?
Dare I say a win-win for Washington so far in this draft process. I mean, Redskins fan haven't heard wins in consecutive words in a long time. But trading away Trent Williams and then going ahead and drafting an absolute superstar in Chase Young, I think it's a wonderful pick and a predictable pick, one they should have made.
The interesting thing about this pick, I think, is there was a lot of chatter leading up to the draft about whether or not the Redskins would entertain drafting a quarterback here, and if they had given up on Dwayne Haskins. For more on that, let's head down to the sideline and get an interview here with Ray and see what his thoughts are on the pick he just made and Dwayne Haskins' future.
Ray, what sort of impact are you expecting Chase Young to have this year with the Redskins defense?
Well, when you get the best player in the draft, you are excited for the immediate impact that he can have. Chase will join a talented group of defensive linemen that will allow him to become the best version of himself. However, the most exciting part is that in meeting with Chase, we know that our expectations will never be as high as those he has set for himself.
There were rumors going into the draft that you guys might consider taking a quarterback at number 2. Does this pick mean that you are fully committed to Dwayne Haskins?
Absolutely. We have been fully committed to Dwayne since he became a Redskin last spring.
Thanks, Ray. Great to hear from you guys and interesting to hear what went into making those picks. And it looks like the Detroit Lions pick is in.
With the third pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback, The Ohio State University.
No surprise, really. I know there was a lot of talk about that third pick being in play for the trades, all the quarterbacks out there, but I do think the Lions had their guy in their sights. If they didn't get him here, they were going to get him later, but there was no way they were coming away without Jeffrey Okudah.
Yeah, I think so too. Rumors are around the camps were that Detroit was trying to move down. I know they were in talks with the Chargers. I know they were in talks with the Dolphins. I know some teams kind of wanted to move up, but just the deal couldn't get done. And I don't think Detroit's upset at all to land Jeffrey Okudah and come away this draft with an absolute stud cornerback. So I'm sure they're thrilled.
Yeah, going back to last week's episode, we had Wayne ask Dan specifically about Jeffrey Okudah and the fact that he would be drafted so high and compared to players at such an elite level in the past in NFL. And so I think this pick was a no-brainer. This guy seems like a surefire all-pro for years to come. And the Lions are happy. You know, like Dan had mentioned, they tried to trade back, couldn't find the best deal for them, so they took the best player for them.
All right, so he could be a game changer. I know that Dan had mentioned he is in the same category and should be mentioned in the same breath as Deion Sanders, Champ Bailey, and Charles Woodson.
Yeah, most definitely. He's up there with prospects upgraded at the cornerback position. He's got an extremely high grade in every facet of his game. So he has very few weaknesses coming in, and that's rare to have at the cornerback position.
Well, let's head up to the podium. It is the New York Football Giants on the clock, and it looks like the pick is in. Dave Gettleman has never traded down. Let's see if that trend continues.
And with the number 4 pick in the NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Isaiah Simmons, linebacker, Clemson.
Wow, great pick for the New York Giants, adding a linebacker, not just a linebacker, maybe the most versatile player in the draft. He can play linebacker, cornerback, safety, whatever you need him to. This guy is really a jack of all trades. We talked about it last episode. Going to be really exciting to see him in the blue.
Yeah, most definitely. I think he's the player Dave Gettleman's been looking to get for a really long time now. Dave Gettleman has been trying to get that linebacker for his defense that can really be a game changer, and Isaiah Simmons is exactly that. It was really, really tough to pass on a tackle there, and I know they need one. I know that's where the talent lies, but I don't know. Isaiah Simmons is my number 3 player in this draft, and again, I think just Dave Gettleman's fallen in love with his size-speed combination, and I think that's where they end up going when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons is a fantastic player. We've spoken about how wonderful he is and how versatile he is. And I think here it was either going to be him or, like Dan had mentioned, the best offensive tackle that could have been drafted. Great to see another stud pick here in the top 4.
With the Giants off the board, the Dolphins are on the clock, and it looks like they are ready to make their pick.
With the number 5 pick in the NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Bravo on the toughest name.
Why, thank you. You know I know these prospects, so I got to make sure I say them right.
Roll Tide, I think some people had this pick in question. They had his talent in question, and I think this is a wonderful pick for the Dolphins. Brian Flores could have waited on a quarterback till next year, but taking a guy as talented as Tua right here and giving him the opportunity to play down in Miami is going to be wonderful for him. I'm very excited as an Alabama fan to see this guy get drafted, and I think it's a really smart pick for that organization.
He is a very good pick. I know that the Chargers were in some talks to try to get him at 3. The talks fell apart. The requests were just a little too high. I do have a question for Dan. With Tua being picked for the Dolphins at 5, you're the general manager for the Dolphins. What is the plan with Tua going forward? He has the injury history. Are you going to sit him his entire rookie year, or do you think there's a chance he might get to play this year?
I think there may be a slight chance he gets to play. We'd like to get him a little bit of time at the end of the season, I think, just to see what we got as a finished product. But, we're really excited to see what Ryan Fitzpatrick can do and continue to build with this team and continue to build on what he finished the end of the season as and what we as a team finished the end of the season as. I think we were a totally different team than what we began the season as. We were able to come in and add Trent Williams into our ball club. He gives us a franchise cornerstone at the left tackle position, gives us the ability to protect our quarterback, which we vastly need. And I think we'd like to see Tua get a little bit of playing time, but he's in no rush. We're going to let him heal up, and when he's ready to play and our franchise is ready to have him, he'll step right in seamlessly.
I do think that's the smart play with Tua. Don't rush this guy. Let him fully heal. Let him learn from a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has succeeded through so many opportunities in the NFL so far. So I think the Dolphins would be smart to let him sit for 75 to 80% of the season, and then, like Dan had mentioned, see what they got with him towards the end. There, nobody down in Miami thinks that they're winning the Super Bowl. So let's see what we got with Tua towards the end.
Well, the Chargers did not pony up the bounty to get Tua. Let's see what they do at 6, if they're going to go quarterback or if they're going to move down. With the 6th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Justin Herbert, quarterback, Oregon.
Wow, I'm honestly shocked. I really didn't expect it from Los Angeles. I don't dislike the pick. I take that back. I dislike the pick only because I don't think Justin Herbert's ready to play in the NFL. But I understand it. Los Angeles has got to make a splash. They need something at quarterback. You can't go forward with just Tyrod Taylor and that being your plan. I would have loved to see them to actually, kind of pony up the dough and move up for Tua. I think Tua is a special player, and I think I'd have done what it takes to get him, but I understand why they didn't also. This team's ready to win ball games right now, though, so I really did expect them to go tackle and protect Tyrod. I think this team's ready to win 10 ball games, so I really did think they would go tackle, and it kind of surprised me to see him go Justin Herbert.
Yeah, taking another quarterback this early certainly shakes up the draft, but I do see the vision here. Herbert was certainly in the running to be one of the first quarterbacks to be taken after Joe Burrow, obviously, and they're going to need a face out there, and this guy's going to give them an opportunity to win some games. But I'm not sure if they're ready to move on from Tyrod, but it's certainly a shocking pick to say the least.
Well, I know that the Chargers, when we looked at him, we said, here's a guy who's 6'6". He's incredibly mobile, maybe one of the more mobile pocket passing quarterbacks we've seen in a long time. Electric arm. The big question mark on him has been his consistency, and I know that inconsistent college quarterbacks usually have short NFL careers, but I do see a lot of promise here, and I do think he's going to have a really great career in Los Angeles. Well, the number 7 pick is coming in. It is curious. We have not seen any of the big-name tackles come off the board. The Giants didn't take one. The Chargers didn't take one. Will the Panthers take a tackle at pick number 7? Let's go to the podium.
With the 7th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Derek Brown, defensive lineman out of the University of Auburn.
A great pick. It actually feels like a Ron Rivera kind of pick. Just a defensive mauler in the middle of a defensive line that can get to the quarterback, that can stuff the run, who is just an absolute monster. And Carolina's really got a superstar now that's going to anchor that defense up front.
Yeah, Ron Rivera's going to hate having to see that from Washington. But Derek Brown is he's a wonderful player that played in the SEC. Obviously, in my opinion, the best defense you're going to find in college football. And Carolina needs to find a replacement for Joe McCoy. So I think Derek Brown is a great pick here. I know that there were certainly talks about an offensive tackle here, but I think with quarterback not in question because they signed Teddy Bridgewater, I think Derek Brown is an absolute stud, so he's a fantastic pick here, and Carolina is happy to get him.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think Matt Rule makes the right decision here and takes a proven player in Derek Brown. I mean, he may not give you the kind of pass rushing force that you're kind of looking for in a top 10 pick, but he is just ferocious against the run, and he's technically sound everywhere else. He's going to collapse the pocket. He reminds me so much of Chris Jones. It's scary. He doesn't have the refined pass rushing moves as Chris Jones, but just the way he's able to collapse the pocket and just wreak havoc up the middle is really special. I think it's a very good team building pick, like you had mentioned, Wayne, and I think that's what they need in Carolina.
Well, going from the Carolina Panthers to a team that was an expansion team along with them, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're on the clock, and the pick is in. Who will the Jacksonville Jaguars take in their first of back-to-back picks here at 8?
With the 8th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Javon Kinlaw, defensive lineman, South Carolina.
Excellent pick. This is such a good pick. I can't say enough about it. Javon Kinlaw is just a freak of nature. I know that's kind of my tagline at this point when describing prospects, but I mean, it's the truth. He's so big. He's so long. If you were to construct your perfect interior defensive lineman in a lab, you'd come out with Javon Kinlaw. He's just so good, and he wants to learn. A lot of teams have him going through the draft process, and saying he can't wait to get NFL coaching because he doesn't think the coaching he got at South Carolina, not to throw his coaching under the bus, but he just doesn't think they were good enough in what he should be getting, and he's so excited to get that kind of coaching at the next level. And if his pass rushing moves are already this good, to see that kid get some coaching, it should be really good. It's a fantastic pick for Jacksonville.
Yeah, thinking about the last impact defensive lineman that has come out of South Carolina, Jadeveon Clowney, that guy's a free agent right now, but he's obviously been a force in the NFL. I think Javon Kinlaw is a wonderful pick and the best splash that Jacksonville could have made with that first of their 2 picks here.
I like the player and I like the team, but I don't know if I love it at 8. I really thought Kinlaw was going to go later in the teens. I don't want to say it's a reach because I do think they are getting a top 10 talent. I just thought that most teams, even though this guy was a top 10 talent, with all the tackles on the board, he was going to slip down into the teens.
See, I don't think he is at all. I think this is kind of right where he goes. I honestly think he may go ahead of Derek Brown when it's all said and done. What he brings to the table pass rushing-wise is just on a different level. So I don't know. I think this is right where he should go.
All right, it is time for the second of those back-to-back picks. The Jacksonville Jaguars will pick again at number 9, and it looks like the pick is in.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select C.J. Henderson, cornerback out of the University of Florida.
Wow, so they're replacing Jalen Ramsey with essentially not Jalen Ramsey clones. I know Dan said that was going to be Okudah, but this is Jalen Ramsey light. They're getting a great cover guy. If they can teach him how to tackle, this could be a really great pick.
Yeah, I think some here saw, Jacksonville potentially going another direction, but we had talked with Dan just this last episode about the drop-off at the cornerback position, and I felt that after Henderson, it was a mile long from Jacksonville's perspective, so to take Henderson here to pair along with Kinlaw, their defense is ready to go. We're getting back to Saxonville.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Henderson's picked up a lot of steam heading into this draft process. The more and more I hear about it, this pick could be a dead-on perfect pick. There are talks that they may like one of the wide receivers and make a splash in that sense, because I do think that may move the needle. But, I mean, I love C.J. Henderson, and I agree the fall-off from after C.J. Henderson to the next corner I think is pretty decent, and the fall-off to the next wide receiver or whatever their next need may be isn't that far, I don't think. So I like it a ton for Jacksonville.
I'm getting rumblings from Twitter and the social media verse that there may be a trade at the next pick. Let's go to the podium and see what happened.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the 10th overall pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. And with the 10th overall pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver, Alabama.
Roll Tide. This is the best receiver in the draft, in my opinion. Wonderlic scores aside, he was a delight to watch down in Alabama. Everybody knows that I'm a hardcore Crimson Tide fan. So not surprised to see this guy be the first receiver off the board. I think it's a wonderful pick, and Philadelphia certainly made a large jump in the draft here to take the number one receiver. But that was at least 10 picks, right, Dan? What did Philadelphia have to give up in this trade?
Philadelphia did make a large jump. They went from all the way to 21 to 10, and they gave up kind of a haul to do so. Similar to Jacksonville, Cleveland's given up round 1, pick 10, and round 4, pick 115. Philadelphia's given up round 1, pick 21, round 2, pick 53, and a 2021 round 2 as well. So they're giving up quite the haul to move up. I think this ball club and this team needs a dynamic playmaker on the outside. Jerry Jeudy is that, in my opinion. There are talks that CeeDee Lamb may be the number one. Jerry Jeudy might be the number one. I think Jerry Jeudy's separated himself from CeeDee Lamb just from the pure route running and separation standpoint, and that's what matters in the NFL. Jerry Jeudy just creates separation. He could get away from you in a phone booth. He really could. He is that quick, that elusive, that sneaky with his feet and just route running ability, and I think would form a dangerous combo with Carson Wentz up there in Philadelphia, and I love the pick.
I love this pick as well. I think that there was no secret that the Philadelphia Eagles were taking a wide receiver in this draft. There was some talk that they might trade up to 15, 14 in that range and maybe get Ruggs. But to get up to 10, to get Jeudy before anybody else has a chance to get him, I heard there was already a deal in place for the Raiders to try to sneak up and grab him at 11. That's nixed now. And so great pick by Philadelphia, getting the best receiver in the draft, a position of their biggest need.
Now it's Cleveland's GM. What was your take on the trade? Why were you willing to move down?
It's an interesting move because the Cleveland Browns have other needs, and they saw an opportunity here to grab a couple of second-round picks, and they're not moving down that far in their opinion. We still haven't seen a single one of the big-name tackles come off the board, so I think that they felt like they could trade down and still get some help at 21, and the return is just really great. I love this 2 second-round picks is really what sealed it for me. I know that I'm a bear to deal with in negotiations because I do not like to trade unless I'm getting some sort of value, and I thought that the sweet and low on this deal was that second-round pick in 21.
Yeah, I can attest you are a pain in the ass to deal with when trading. But I think it's very realistic. You know, I think you can attest too. I kind of dug my feet in as Tampa's GM on O.J. Howard before the thing started too. And I think a lot of these teams, you know, that's what GMs do. They want to get the most value out of their player. And if they don't get it, they're fine to hold fast. And, you know, I think this deal really works out for both sides. I think what swayed it is, like you said, all 4 tackles being there, I think allows Cleveland the ability to move back a little and still feel okay with being able to grab a tackle if that's what they really want to do.
All right, so it looks like the 11th pick is in. As I mentioned, there was a trade in place. That trade has fallen through, and it looks like the Jets are going to make their pick at 11. Let's head up to the podium. We can hear the chants already. With the 11th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Jedrick Wills, tackle, Alabama.
Roll Tide, once again, you know, a fantastic player, a fantastic fit. They drafted their franchise quarterback in Sam Darnold a couple years ago. Hopefully he's not going to be completely ruined by Adam Gase. Wills is a fantastic tackle, and I think this was a great pick for them. Dan, what do you think about this pick?
No, I'm a big fan. Finally, the first tackle comes off the board, and I don't think anybody would be surprised if it was Jedrick Wills here. The New York Jets brought in George Fant in the offseason, and they've come out and said the plans are to play him at left tackle. So they were coming in looking for a right tackle, and Jedrick Wills is exactly that. The guy's played on the right side his entire career, in part because Tua was left-handed, so they needed their best lineman on the right side to be their blindside protector. But all that does is transition him into the NFL to not have to learn new footwork, not have to learn new base drop sets and things like that. He fits in seamlessly to the right side for the Jets and is an instant day-one starter and contributor, and I think a great pick for that franchise.
He is going to protect our franchise quarterback, and